Us how this will impact the people in the inland Northwest. National parks are one of the areas of government most visibly affected by a shutdown. KREM 2's Casey Decker went to Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge in Cheney to get a look at the changes.
One of the federal departments most heavily affected by the partial shutdown is the Department of Interior. Now that means that national parks, monuments, and wildlife refuges like Turnbull here are operating with bare-bones staff.
A lack of staff, though, doesn't mean outright closure. Most parks are still open. What it does mean, however, is a reduction in services. Visitor centers are closed. The one at Turnbull has this notice posted on its doors, which are locked with no staff in sight. Many bathrooms are closed, too, although as of today, the ones at Turnbull are still open. Roads won't be maintained or plowed, meaning they could become very dangerous in places with winter weather. Trash won't be collected. Educational programs are on hold during the shutdown. Information services, websites, social media, and phone lines are not being operated.
You have reached the headquarters office of Lake Roosevelt National Recreation Area. Due to the federal government shutdown, we are not in the office and are unable to respond to phone calls.
And in some parks, roads or whole sections may be closed off without notice. A few emergency personnel are being kept on staff, but only a few. The Park Service says, enter at your own risk. And now remember, this all only applies to national parks. State and local parks have their own budgets not affected by the shutdown. So here's a full list of parks affected in our area: Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge, Lake Roosevelt National Recreation Area, and the sites of the Nez Perce Historical Park. It will also affect North Cascades and Rainier National Parks, as well as the Lewis and Clark Trail.
And as for when the shutdown will end, well, Congress is set to meet tomorrow, but a deal isn't really expected to be reached until at least the new year. Reporting from Turnbull National Wildlife Refuge, Casey Decker, KREM 2 News.